the core connection. I'm Mira Rubin here with you on Enlightened World Network. And today's topic is the fulfillment of desire. And we're really talking today about manifesting and what it takes to actually move from the um, the wanting to the having, and that's really the key. So it should be a fun conversation. And before we get started, let's just take a minute or two to get present. Let's take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it. And imagine clean, crisp oxygen flooding your lungs, flowing into your bloodstream, nourishing all your cells, all your organs, bringing vital life energy to your body and being. And as you exhale, exhale any tension, stress, negativity, fatigue. And now let's take another deep breath in through your nose and hold it. This time, imagine brilliant, bright light lighting you up from the inside out, illuminating, electrifying, and energizing all your cells, your molecules, your electrons, creating a brilliant beam of light and energy from your heart out into the world. And as you exhale, exhale any remaining tension, stress, negativity, fatigue. And now let's press our palms together, vigorously rub your hands together to feel the friction, the temperature, the pressure, the motion, the tickling and tingling as you stop. And allow all those sensations to bring you present right here, right now, into this remarkable physical form that enables us to experience life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, the fulfillment of desire. We have, if we're brave enough, we have dreams and hopes and desires that we hold in our hearts. And oftentimes, the things we want most, we're yearning for, we're maybe pining for. And paradoxically, it's that yearning and pining, that wanting, that keeps us from the receiving of the thing that we're desiring. And that seems, maybe it sounds like kind of a cruel joke, that seems to be how things work. But let's look at that dynamic a bit more deeply so that maybe we can come to an understanding of it. When we are wanting, what is want? Want is lack, right? When we want, when we're left wanting, it means that we're left without. And when we're wanting something, really what we're doing is affirming the lack of that thing. So, how do we move from the wanting into the fulfillment of the desire when in the desire is not yet fulfilled? It's such a perfect paradox. And the question is, how do we do that? Because we can want something so much. Good morning, Brandy. Welcome. So good to have you here with us this morning. We're talking about the fulfillment of desire and the key to manifesting, actually. So, again, ironically, the more we want something, potentially, the more we're pushing it away, because that wanting is affirming the lack of the thing, right? Or the circumstance. And so we get to play this mental, energetic game with ourselves, which allows us to be in the having, to step into the experience of the having of whatever it is we're desiring, like that it's already done. Because when we look at it, when we think about things we want those things because we think it's going to make us feel a certain way, right? And emotion is the secret sauce to this whole manifesting thing. Like experiencing the emotion, which is energy in motion. When we experience the delight and satisfaction of having whatever it is that we're desiring and basking in it. And that way we are affirming that it already exists rather than pushing it away through affirming that it's not present. And you might say, well, that's really woo woo, or that's really over the top. You know, if I had it, I wouldn't want it. Yeah, I wouldn't be wanting, I would be having. And that's the whole point. That even if that thing didn't show up, to move out of the wanting of it and into the experience of it already being part of us allows the energy of receiving. So we can look at this in regard to so many things in our lives. You know, it's like chasing the dream instead of drawing the dream to us. So I was doing a meditation, a Joe Dispenza meditation this morning, and it was very much about first experiencing the frequency, finding the frequency of abundance. And when we talk about abundance, I think so often what we're really talking about, misguidedly talking about, is excess. Where if we look at abundance, it's an experience of overflowing, of fullness, of satiety, you know, because we can have, like, when you go and have a dessert, and dessert might not resonate for everybody, but maybe even potato chips or whatever it is, you know, when you have a few potato chips, it's delicious. Or a dessert or whatever, when you have a few bites, it's delicious. But if you eat too many, we lose the savor. If there's too much of a good thing, we stop appreciating it. And to me, as I think about abundance, I think about being in that place of delight where we're still savoring, where we're able to relish. It's interesting how they're food words, where we're able to relish the deliciousness. To me, that is abundance. It's not tied necessarily to higher volume. It's or more, that it's really tied to that being able to experience the deliciousness. And that's what we're talking about here, is being in the zone of delicious, rather than wanting. So we can be in our desire for something, imagining, savoring that thing, experiencing the deliciousness of it, and aligning our own energy with it. So in this meditation, the first step was to tune into the frequency of abundance, and whatever that means to you, to feel the abundance, to feel the lack of want, the lack of missing. So there is no missing. There's this savoring, basking, delighting, maybe a sense of wonder, a sense of joy, of appreciation, gratitude, feeling those feelings. So Brandy says, I'm new to learning all of this information. Thank you for making everything easy to understand. Wow, that's awesome, Brandy. I'm so thrilled that you showed up today. That's great. It's it's a learning, because we're, as a culture, so focused on lack, so focused on scarcity and what's missing. And when we can allow ourselves to just delight in the having, in our body, in our brain, in our emotions, what that's doing is it's kind of attuning us to the frequency that's going to draw that energy to us, rather than having to chase it. And that's also what was part of this meditation. Isabel, oh my gosh, welcome. It's been a minute. It's great to have you joining us. So, in this meditation, we were first attuning to the energy, the frequency of abundance. And as I allowed myself to move into that space, what I noticed is that I was experiencing delight and wonder and awe and a sense of peace and safety, all of these things being part of abundance rather than excess. And I really do think that we get confused. Oh my gosh, Brandy. You know what? I realized I forgot to change my name on the um on my Zoom. Brandy says, thank you, Dr. Anderson. I thank Dr. Anderson every day, because she is the person who created Enlightened World Network. But she is not the one that is talking today. It's me, and my name is Mira Rubin. And I realized I didn't change that. I'm going to see if I can change that now. Let's see. Sometimes I forget. So I'm Mira, and I just changed it. I don't know if that shows up now. Yeah, it looks like it does. So thanks for that reminder. But anyway, talking about drawing the energy to us. So this is the process in this meditation, was to tune in to the energy of abundance, experience the frequency. Oh, Brandy, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault. You were reading on the screen. That's totally fine. It said Dr. Ruth Anderson. So no apology necessary. I appreciate you saying so that I could correct it. Anyway, connecting with the frequency of abundance. And for me, as I said, it had all these other emotions as part of it. Good morning. Good morning. I'm guessing that's Sue showing up. And wonderful to have you joining us. Sue is one of the brilliant women behind making Enlightened World Network available to us every day. So there's Dr. Ruth Anderson, there's Sue, there's Dido, and all the other people that bring programming to Enlightened World Network that make it such a special place to grow and learn together. Anyway, so we're talking about strategy for manifesting and how our want, our lack of the thing that we're desiring, gets in our way of having it. And for instance, with money, so often we get into a space of fear, right? And when we're in a space of fear, we're in scarcity, lack, we're absolutely not in the frequency of abundance, right? So at least not natively. So what we want to do, thank you, Sue. Sue says, great topic today. Hi, everyone. This is Sue. So good to have you with us, Sue. Anyway, the idea is to be in the experience so that we tune into the frequency that we're desiring. We experience it in our bodies and in our emotions. So with abundance, as I was saying, what was showing up for me was safety and trust and ease and delight and appreciation. All of this as part of that energy of abundance. And if you can allow yourself to step into that frequency, we then are on kind of the right radio station to be able to draw that energy to us. And that was part of the process after tuning into the frequency, then drawing the experience to us by radiating that frequency. It's kind of the idea of tuning forks. You know how you have one tuning fork that's vibrating at a certain frequency, another tuning fork will vibrate with it without having to strike that tuning fork, so that you can have this resonant frequency. So what's happening is we're tuning into the radio station, so to speak, of abundance and feeling that and having the emotion. The emotion powers that energy, the frequency of that energy. And then we can imagine bringing like the flow of that frequency and the experience of it to us through our heart. And so it was such a beautiful process and simple. So in fact, in this particular meditation, it was drawing first, I think it was first abundance and freedom. And I'm not remembering at the moment what the third was. So Sue, maybe it's Sue, says, I can draw the energy to me, feel my abundance, and am excited that my dreams are being fulfilled. Well, to experience that our dreams have been fulfilled. and maybe are being fulfilled ongoingly. I'm just being, good morning, Shosha. Wonderful to have you here with us this morning. Welcome. Um, I'm just wanting to caution that we don't put the fulfillment of our dreams in the future, that we experience them as present in this moment. And I know that that is challenging because we live in a material dimension, and the things that we're desiring aren't necessarily always showing up in our physical environment. And I'm here to say that that doesn't have to impede our experience of those dreams fulfilled. And the reason I can say that is because our minds do not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. So we can create the having, we can create the experience of already having our dreams fulfilled. And the challenge is that we might, after doing that, maybe vividly, maybe experiencing the joy and delight of it, come back from that reverie and say, but it's not here yet. And when we say but it's not here yet, it kind of wipes out the benefits. So Sue says that was the present tense. Awesome, Sue. I just wanted to be certain of that. My dreams are being fulfilled in an ongoing way. That's beautiful. So the aftermath, when we come back and say, but it's not here yet, and I'm tired of waiting, or when is it going to be here? It's kind of that's where the challenge is. That's the rub. But the idea is that we need to be living into and calling forth this experience. And I love, Sue, that you said my dreams are being fulfilled, because it's an ongoing generating. I'm living in the fulfillment of my dreams. And Shosha says, feel like I've been living in a dream of the past. So believe I would rather feel the joy of what is in my heart. That's beautiful, Shosha. So a dream of the past. Yeah, let's make our dreams present in our heart in this moment, and dreams that are being fulfilled in this moment. The knowingness, knowing it in our bones. And then there is a place where we can step into patience. Hey, Rosalind, so glad you showed up. I'm so delighted to have you here with us this morning. I was concerned, and it's great to have you joining us. So, feeling the resonance in our body and being, and holding that, like enjoying that. Brandy says, my internet is spotty, bad weather today. That's why I'm popping in and out. No worries. We're delighted to have you. And this goes on replay, so you can watch it later if you choose to. So, yeah, experiencing the having and holding that like it's already done, and being able to rest in that and not have to go back and keep pulling on the roots of the grass or the plant to make sure it grows, kind of thing. Just to be in the experience of it's already so. and to be basking in that experience ongoingly. That's the challenge. I recognize that it is a challenge sometimes, but with all that good energy, we get to feel the good energy when we're feeling it, right? And that in itself is its own reward. So let's let's be in the receiving, be in the having, be in the reveling and savoring, and what bad can come from the being in the deliciousness, right? So let's give that gift to ourselves of enjoying and basking in the energy, the frequency of true abundance, not excess, but true abundance, which is the flow, the rich, delicious flow of life through us and from us and all around us. So that's it for today. I'm Mira Rubin. This is the Core Connection. And oh, Dido, how wonderful to have you here with us this morning. Dido says, this is so energizing. What a gift. Well, I'm so energized by having all of you here. It's just been really, really wonderful and delicious. So I'm Mira Rubin. This is the Core Connection. I go live each weekday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern on the Enlightened World Network Facebook page and YouTube channel. And I invite you to please like, follow, and share Enlightened World Network and me. The links are in the description. And as always, it really is an incredible, abundant, delicious privilege to have the opportunity to share these morning musings on what it is to be human together. So until next time, so much love to you.